legitimizes the entire immigration system in this country.
But remember in the Democratic primaries when all the candidates, including Joe Biden, were standing up on stage and they all asked a question about would you give illegal migrants free healthcare?
Free healthcare.
Put their hand up and said, of course. Like it's just an article of faith in the Democratic Party.
It's completely an article of faith. And think about how...
Isn't that insanity? Because let's fact check that statement about free healthcare that Miranda said that Biden supported. Here's the actual clip.
Raise your hand if your government plan would provide coverage for undocumented immigrants.
Raise your hand if your plan would provide coverage for undocumented immigrants, not free health care for undocumented immigrants. There's a difference. When there's coverage, that means there's possibility and room for, payment plans, that there's possibility and room for enrollment in regards to healthcare. So that way people aren't charged up their ass when it comes to surgeries, when it comes to healthcare, when it comes to primary physicians, not just giving people free healthcare. So again, here's another contradicted lie, a manipulated lie that is stated in this interview from Miranda, when in truth, it's just stating that in this the part that she's saying is basically saying that it's healthcare. It's let's make a plan so people can afford healthcare in the United States, whether they're citizens or undocumented, because either way, if someone goes to the ER with a broken leg, it's going to be fixed. And honestly, if the immigrant fronts the bill, it's probably not going to be paid. So why not get a system in play where we are able to treat immigrants and illegal immigrants with healthcare, so that way our healthcare system isn't being manipulated and destroyed by deficits in regards to unpaid surgeries and unpaid physician visits and things of that nature. So for Miranda to sit here as a podcast host, as an interviewer, and say Biden rose his hand to give undocumented immigrants free healthcare is absurd. It's a lie. It's insanity. When, again, here's the fact check of it all. He said he wants to give them coverage, not some sort of free, unlimited healthcare plan for undocumented immigrants.
Bizarre that is, right? These programs exist as part of the social contract for United States citizens. You pay into the system, and if you need it, if you get down on your luck or you get to the point where you can't afford certain benefits, then you are able to take out of the system. That's the exchange that we have with our fellow citizens, in particular with our old age health insurance.
So in regards to that exchange that JD Vance just mentioned, you pour in, and then if you need it, you take out. Why wouldn't we allow undocumented immigrants to pour into that same systems like they do in their paychecks with Social Security and things of that nature? I don't see the problem. Even if you're an undocumented immigrant, it would help the United States for these undocumented immigrants to be covered in some capacity for healthcare rather than being uncovered, injured, and hurt in a workplace accident, and then the bill going to them where they can't even pay it. Wouldn't it make sense to have these undocumented immigrants covered to some extent so that way our hospitals don't get fronted with all these bills and we aren't in a deficit when it comes to healthcare? Like, am I crazy here? Or am I not? Because I don't think I am.
Insurance program. It is that you pay into the system your entire life, and when you get to the point where you're retired, you get access to high quality healthcare, right? That's the whole idea. If you're going to give Medicaid and Medicare benefits to illegal aliens, you completely destroy that system. You bankrupt it, and you make it so that Americans themselves are not able to access that system.
That's not true. You can still access your health care. What are you talking about? See, this is, again, the divisive language that this administration uses. If everyone pays into a system, you still get to use that system. No, just because someone else is paying into it doesn't defeat or defund your actual implementation and your contributions to that system. It's actually adding more funds to the system so more people can have coverage as well as a way to pay off medical debt, to pay for surgeries and healthcare and primary care physicians and pediatricians. Like, what he's saying is complete fabrications and misrepresentations.
was maybe yesterday or the day before, Miranda asked what share of illegal alien households compared to native-born American households are accessing welfare. And the answer was native-born American households, it's something like 30%. For illegal alien households, it's 60%. Now, what Democrats and their allies in the media will say, no, that's not how it works, because it says in the law that illegal aliens are not allowed to access welfare benefits. But there are innumerable exceptions to this rule. For example, the state of California under Gavin Newsom gives Medicaid benefits to illegal aliens. The housing benefits, while they're not supposed to go to illegal aliens, there's a lot of fraud. And then on top of the fraud, you have, if an illegal alien comes in and has a baby, then that baby can then access housing benefits through the parents, even though the parents are illegal aliens themselves. So there are all of these ways in which people are able to game the system. And it's why 60% of illegal alien households are benefiting from all welfare programs.
So I just want to say, again, this administration continues to throw out numbers and statistics that have no substantiated evidence. Look up the facts. Look up the facts of California Medicaid and immigrants, okay? This is untrue. And this is my problem with this administration. They're all fluff and no performance. Because when you talk about these plans that they look to destroy for human beings on American soil, they have no actual plan to replace it to help American citizens, to help immigrants. They just look to destroy and not actually reimburse and help and create a system that supports everyone. There's no backbone to this administration. It's all performative. It's not here to help human beings. It's not here to help Americans. They have no plan and no justification, and all they do is spout out unsubstantiated facts about misinformation that they developed and provided and are spewing out.